And we're live. We're live on Steinitch. Steinitch Chess, playing Elite Chess. Streaming live. And it's the ninth day of Christmas. Those of you who have been following my channel know that there's 12 days of Christmas. And it all started on December 25. It's going to go until January 5. And we've made it until already the ninth day. I've been doing the Christmas broadcast the whole time. Um, It's been a lot of fun, hasn't it? If you've been enjoying these games, well, I certainly have, and it's pretty cool. Um, there's a one camera in the back. I'll be right back. Let me get the other camera on because there's something here that needs to get adjusted. Hold on, just 1 second. This will only take like 30 seconds. Um, this is good. This is totally great. We're doing live. We got the brainwaves. You can see them up there. The right. Here, let me go back live so you can see them again. Um, I got the delta wave, the gamma, the theta. They're all up there. You know, the other night somebody was asking me, "Well, are those real?" And well, yeah, they are. I mean, those are the real deal. Um, you're not going to have like a lot of chess games that are going to be any better than this. Um, believe me, they are just as live can be. Um, there they are again. I'll show them up there. Okay, you can see them. They are right up there, right up there. I had to pause there for a second because my assistant producer, his name is Paul. He went on strike during the writers' strike in Hollywood. He said, "Well, I need to be in solidarity with the writers," and he never came back. I don't know. I guess he was making a lot of money or something because he just didn't come back. I still got the key grips. I got the dolly grip. I got the best boy. I got the camera people, the lighting people. Everybody else is working, but I have to do all of the brainwave stuff, all of the internet connections without my assistant producer. So tonight we're going to do something really special. Last night we did Adolf Anderson and a game by Adolf Anderson, and tonight we're going to do the same thing. Another game by Adolf Anderson. Um, wait a second. Cameraman is telling me, oh, the glare. He's telling me I got glare off my glass. So I just take them off. I guess it's not too bright in here. There's a little light from the cameras and stuff, but I guess I don't need them. Let's go ahead and click through this game, shall we? So this is a King's Gambit by Adolf Anderson. It was played in 1851 against a guy. His name was Johann Jacob Lowenthal, and it was played in London, 1851. And Adolf Anderson, this is like a spoiler alert, he won the game. But more than that, he won it in good style because you see the stockfish down here. Now he played this in 1851. Since then, there's been how many years? To 1951 was 100, and then to 2001 would be 150, and then to now would be another 23. So 184 years. 184 years ago, he played this game, and he never imagined that we would have something like stockfish that would show right here. You can see the graph down here, down below the board where my mouse is. The stockfish is showing who's ahead. And it was a really good game by both players. It's amazing. These guys are masters because you don't see a lot of games like this. Right? If you play Elite Chess, for example, it's like all up and down, like mistakes and blunders and this and that. Here we start all through the opening. It looks like a perfect opening all the way through without any. mishaps on either side. Um, Anderson gets like a small advantage, goes a lot through the middle game, and then waits until this point and starts getting like really far ahead. So why don't we click through this, shall we, and see how it goes, and I'll narrate it as we're going along. So Anderson plays pawn to king 4, which is going to always be, almost always going to be the way to start the king's gambit. If you want to play the king's gambit, start with a pawn to king 4. If black cooperates and plays his pawn out here, then you can play the king's gambit, which is you move the pawn up there. It's called a gambit because he can take the pawn, and he kind of doesn't really win anything by doing that, but there he took it. And you see, Stockfish even today gives a very slight advantage. You can hardly see it there. A very slight advantage to black after he takes the pawn. Certainly not an entire pawn ahead. Why? Black has a pawn ahead, but black is already having some what I would call positional challenges. White's going to hopefully develop a strong attack, and let's see how Anderson does it. Now that's an excellent sharp move. I think it's a lot stronger than bringing the knight out. A lot of people will bring the knight out first because they think they have to avoid this check by the queen. Because if the queen comes out here check, I can't block it too well with this pawn because this pawn takes me. Um, but Anderson is just thinking, well, if he comes out here and checks me, I'll just move my king over, and then I'll bring my knight out. And my king, people know from experience basically that the king is pretty safe right there, right? So let's go ahead and keep playing this game through and see how it goes. This will be a lot of fun. Anderson brings his bishop out, and Lowenthal attacks the bishop, and that's actually not a bad move at all. You can see there's the Stockfish hardly jumps at all there. He takes the pawn. Now, you might think that that's like a wasted move, but the bishop now can come out to here. Completely neutralizing this bishop is protected by this knight. And the bishop can come out to here and doing different things. So black took one pawn, and then he also gave a pawn away to get some more play on his side. And at least he didn't give away a center pawn, which are more important. Now Lowenthal comes out and gives that check. Okay, and Anderson, of course, is going to move over one square over. That's where the king just about always goes. And now Lowenthal comes out with a pawn. And that was his first inaccuracy. Stockfish was like yelling to move the knight out, but he came out with this pawn because he's got plans with this queen. Obviously, he's planning to come up and attack this king over here as much as he can. Um, at this point, Anderson had an easy move, like a lot of people would do, just bring this knight out, force the queen to move. But there's a maxim in chess. If there's a good move and you can play it, and you're going to play it anyway, and you can play it sooner or later, it's better to play it later. If you're not rushed to make that move, it's better to keep it on the back burner. Your opponent might make some mistakes, or he might lose some time thinking about it, whatever. So just keep the move at bay, as so to speak. And Adolf continues to keep that move at bay, developing his center pawn against this bishop that was threatening to take the knight to maybe some good effect, because this knight, Anderson wants this knight, for his attack. Now, if black Black needs to develop his knight, and he wants to castle. He probably can't castle on this side now because he sacrificed that pawn. So he's going to castle on this side across from Adolf's king. And if he brings his knight up to here, the knight's going to be subject to attacks by the pawn. So brought the knight there. Now finally, Adolf brings his knight out attacking the queen. And the queen backs up just one space. If the knight moves now, the queens can trade. And probably Anderson doesn't want to do that. Anderson was a big attacking player and probably has great plans to do some marvelous checkmates with his queen and probably wouldn't want to trade the queens. This is a move. This might look strange to a lot of people that are not keen on the King's Gambit, but this is very common in the King's Gambit because it's a way of developing the rook. Black has the queen on this file, and now the rook is developed all the way up to and including this square. Nothing can come to this square because it's already attacked by the rook. He cannot take this pawn, but at the same time, oh, I'm losing battery strength here, and that's the thing about. Remember, I was talking about the problem of not having my assistant producer here. I have some equipment here with batteries, and when the batteries get a little bit low, it starts to complain, like make some weird beeping noises. And we'll put there. Now it sounds happy again. I got to put it where the reflection won't get in my eyes too bad. So I got to be able to see the brainwaves. Anyone who watches my channel, you know I love watching the brainwaves. If I wasn't playing chess, I might just plug this thing in and just watch it, because it's really fascinating. In fact, I have a lot of my viewers do that. They just tune in and just watch the brainwaves. They just kind of zone out watching them. I'm trying to get this adjusted where it keeps moving now because it has the adapter in it. Okay, now it's good. So it's kind of cool just to sit back and watch brainwaves. It's like you're looking inside your brain, and you're looking inside your own brain. Is even more interesting. They're flatlining right now, I think because of a software problem, although it might have something to do with the new gel that I'm using. I'm using a brand new gel. It should be connecting better than that. Okay, it's connecting now. If it flatlines too much, I'll pause and put some more gel. Okay, so anyway, here we go. We're gonna keep without any more ado, let's keep clicking through this game. And now that move right there, I don't know, maybe it's a good move. It doesn't look like it reacted here at all. In fact, it decreased white's advantage a little bit, so it looks pretty good. I don't. Yeah. He needed to protect this pawn because, like I said, he didn't really need to protect that pawn. So I can say I can't take it here, and I really can't take it here because the queen can come down. Yeah, he could have won a pawn. Just by taking the pawn. Yeah, it would have been pretty bad, I guess, if he had taken this pawn um, with his knight. If he had taken this pawn with his knight, black can trade the queen here. But then this pawn, I mean, he wins a pawn. So anyway, black protected his pawn. And now white's advancing. It's kind of interesting game now where we're going to see what happens next. Now this is interesting, this king move. He does that for two reasons. First, the knight's going to come up here and fork. And also, if he protects his rook, he can take this pawn because now the king is doing a good duty to protect the rook. Now the knight comes up attacking the rook. And suddenly now you start to see Adolf is getting the advantage. It's getting the advantage. So um, the queen really made a big mistake by jumping over to here. I don't know if I got like he's um, he should be. Black really should be developing his queen side and getting some more pieces out. You can't just jump around with your queen like that and in a game, as Lowenthal. Lowenthal should be not doing what he's doing. It's not really a very clear, not a very clear strategy at all. So far we're doing so good, right? Everything looks good on this game, and the brainwaves are looking good. It's the ninth day of Christmas. The ninth day of Christmas. Wow. It's really incredible how Christmas, I wouldn't say it's been fleeting away, but it's definitely progressing closer and closer to day 12. That, it's going to be day 12 before too long. Um, I think it's a lot of fun to play chess during Christmas because you can always analyze a lot according to whether or not you're getting Christmas gifts. When you win, it's kind of like getting a Christmas gift from your opponent. And if your opponent wins, it's a little bit like he or she's giving you a Christmas gift. So either way, it can be quite a bit of fun. So okay, so let's see, where were we in the game? I'll just back up one move to see. Okay, so Black moved his queen back to there. Anderson comes up. He dropped a little bit here, but I think he did that because he's going to wants to freak out his opponent. He probably saw some better moves, but he's thinking, well, I'm really far ahead. And he knew, just like Stockfish knows, that he's far ahead in this game already. So he's just going to freak him out by bringing the knight up. And suddenly he's back up a little bit higher than he was before because Black brought his king over instead of bringing the knight out. Oh, wow. But I don't know. I think it looks like a good move. If he had brought the knight out, it would have been bishop takes knight, and then after that, then the check. It didn't look good for Black. And now Anderson can take the pawn as promised. And now he takes that, pushes Lowenthal's bishop all the way back into the corner. The bishop only has this one direction to go now, and it's not much more powerful than a pawn. It's only got two squares it can move to. Well, one square. If it moves here, it gets taken. So just like a pawn, it has one square. And now the knight comes up. Knight comes up into here. It kind of like keeps the queen in place in a lot of ways. Now you might ask, what happens if the queen just takes the knight? Right? Can't the queen just take the knight? Like, what would happen if the queen just took the knight, right? Well, Anderson has like a lot of things in play here. Lowenthal took the knight, and now right there, you see, uh, Anderson can suddenly develop the pawn, winning that pawn and putting the queen in danger. The queen's got, um, if it had gone down here, they could have traded off, but he decided to go over here because he's hoping to come down here or something, or get some more attack. And now the knight disappears. Queen's got to take the knight. And now you can see White doesn't have his rook developed, but either does black, and black still doesn't have these developed. Basically, black is playing with a queen and a bishop, and white is playing with a queen, bishop, and knight. I mean, at least in the short term. And these are well advanced, plus these two pawns. So white definitely has a big advantage. The queen comes out attacking the bishop and, um, attacking this pawn. And it's really, really bad news for black right now. If you look at the amount of time, the amount of score, it's 16. White is ahead 16 point. And Stockfish is saying black's best move right now is over here, just losing the queen outright because of some really, really dastardly dangerous stuff that. Okay, so he brought the queen back, protecting the bishop, hoping to defend himself for a little bit at least. White comes back, puts him in check, and that's resign. More than resign is checkmate, right? I mean, it's not checkmate yet. He can interpose his queen, but then after the knight takes and he loses his queen and everything. So I hope you liked that game by Adolf Anderson. And that was pretty fun. That was a lot of fun. And we did see a lot of brainwaves there, but a really lot of brainwaves. I'm going to put just a little bit more gel on. Hold on. I'll be right back. Like it'll take like 2 seconds to get this gel on. I'm going to put this on the I'll be back mode so I can excuse myself for like about 20 seconds to put on the gel. And then find the Twitch studio here. Okay, so I'll be right back. And we're going to be putting on the gel here. I didn't get any pizza deliveries tonight. A lot of times I get pizza deliveries, which are cool, which are a lot of fun because I like to. Those of you who watch my channel know that I like to give like really big tips, huge, huge, huge tips, and that's so much fun. Um, and sometimes it just like I wouldn't say they don't want to take my money because everybody likes to see $100 bill flash in front of them and say keep the change, and they like it, but it kind of like disconcerts them a little bit. Could almost say bewilders them. Um, it's something that if I can help somebody, especially during Christmas, it makes me feel good, and I guess they feel like really good too. I like doing it anyway, and it's also something that it's something that you kind of get when you're playing chess too. Um, when you're playing chess, you're gonna see some gift giving and some gift taking. Sometimes they give you a piece, sometimes they blunder a piece, sometimes you blunder a piece. Um, and it kind of helps your attitude sometimes if instead of like kicking yourself and saying, "Oh, I really made a mistake. Oh, I should not have done that." Uh, you just tell yourself, "Well, it was actually something good that I did for him." Like something. Oh, I got a first time chat. Oh, the brain waves are a nice touch from Sportakaias. Is that, did I pronounce your name right? Sporadicaias. Like maybe a sporadic person. So anyway, cool. Nice of you to be here. It's I'm glad you like the brainwaves. If you want to chat, just jump right in and chat. If you want to just zone out watching brainwaves, that's also cool. So I'm gonna, without any more ado, we went through a game by Adolf Anderson. I'm just gonna go over here to the Elite Chess and play a game with the brainwaves on because everybody wants that, right? You want to see the brainwaves, and you're gonna get them. We were talking about Christmas gifts and everything, so it's kind of like an example of like we were talking about. Okay, I'm gonna play the casual game because a lot of times my chatters will give me advice, and it's not fair to whoever is jumping in here. So play a casual game without the rating and see what happens. See what we get. If we get black, we're going to do a what do they call it? Carol can. We're going to do a Carol can. And the lemma in the Carol can is that if Carol can do it, you can do it. Just remember that, and you'll have confidence. Always play like a great Carol can. Plus, I'm going to be giving you some tips. I'll give you some really cool tips about how to play like an excellent Carol can. Okay, so we're going to play black. Oh, they're not going to let us play the Carol can, but we're going to do like a modified Carol can. We'll still do almost the same thing, just a little bit different because the pawn position is a little bit different, but we're going to be playing this basically with a Carol can mentality. Like that bishop comes out there during the Carol can. Oh, take a deep breath. Watch the brain waves go up. Um, I guess this is the way to do it. Got to protect this pawn because he came out with the queen. This could be a gambit situation, and we'll see how this plays out. He can take me here, and I take him, and he takes with the queen, and that's going to be gambiting a pawn. But we're going to see if we can get some counterplay out of this, okay? So hang on tight, hang on to your seats, because we're going to get some counterplay. I want to avoid that bishop coming out here check because I'm looking really weak on this diagonal. He can do something weird with his queen attacking this bishop, but you see everything else is basically protected, and so I'm not too concerned about that. I just lost one TV screen here for some reason. That's weird. It doesn't matter. We'll get it back later. Um, Okay, I'm on the clock here. I shouldn't waste any more time. Let me see what we got to do. So he brought his bishop out here. Okay, now it's time to attack the queen and just see if we can get something happening here. Where's he gonna go with his queen? That was a good move, by the way, because I was going to attack his queen and then come out here and check him. And now he's got to get his queen out of there. Oh, he brought his queen back there. He's threatening to. Yeah, that's a good move too. I'm going to bring my queen. Like this looks like a good place to put it. Because it stays on the queen side. He might have to defend some stuff. He really cannot be attacked here either by the bishop or the rook. I know he can move this pawn up, but this bishop can come back and also protect it. This pawn takes this pawn. The bishop takes a pawn, checking the queen. So we should be okay in this position. Now I'm going to bring this bishop all the way up into here because I want to get something going, an attack against his king side. And this is an interesting game. I don't think I've ever seen a game exactly like this. Going to come down here and block because I don't want to lose the rook over there. If I move my king up, I would have to lose my rook. Okay, now I think we're doing okay. I'm gonna bring the rook, the king up in here. I think that's the safest place for him for the time being. No, I lost the castling privilege, but with the queens gone and a piece gone and everything, we're kind of like getting close to the end game. So maybe it's just as good that that we. Oh, I see something that's possible here. I'm going to attack his bishop. If his bishop comes up into here, I attack with the pawn and then get the king fork, and could be good. Could be good. He should probably protect the bishop with his. Oh, he brought it all the way back. But now he can't castle because I'm attacking this. Okay, I'm gonna get a rook into play here. Having some weird things happening with my monitor. Okay, let's keep playing this out, shall we? And see. I can't waste time here. I gotta go faster. I'm gonna bring my rook over here so I can bring my king out of. I don't know if I want to bring my king out of there though, but I just didn't want to waste a lot more time. Plus, I got this monitor kind of like on my mind, but at least my brainwaves are good. Wow, he castled over there. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? I think this knight is not gonna do any good up there because of this bishop. I bring the knight back because it just looked like it was gonna get into trouble out there at some point or another. Okay, I prefer to trade bishop for bishop rather than knight for bishop in this position. I don't always prefer to do that, but in this position I do. And move my king over there to safety. Wow, this is great. For the ninth day of Christmas, we're having a really great game and we're getting some really good brainwave data. That, they're just jumping. They're really hot. The brainwaves just like going up and down. Really, really up and down. Wow, we're doing okay here. What if he moves this knight? I'm going to move my bishop back to here because I kind of like his bishop there. I gotta move this ridiculous bishop out of there. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I just don't like him. Sometimes we just get rid of something because it annoys us, and that thing is annoying me there. It's really annoying me. Dude, you need advice. Yeah, I'm pretty wise. Totally wise. So yeah, shoot, man, I give you advice. I gotta be here for something, right? Okay, yeah, you're dating a new girl. Okay, that's something. That's something. Now I'm gonna trap this bishop in here. Okay, let me get the screen here better where I can see. She has only a few fans. Oh, an Instagram producer, that influencer. That is so cool. Wish I was one of those. Okay, I'm gonna come back over here. You're getting insecure? No, don't be insecure, man. I mean, it's whatever happens, happens. You say I'm wise, so I'm going to tell you the truth. In life, just watch what happens. Everything is good. Nudes or no nudes, that's your destiny. It's your karma. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if it's, I wouldn't do that kind of thing because for me, a big important thing about life is that you got to. No, we're playing the clock here really good. Up, boner issues. Well, you know what? I like to say let's just let hard-ons be hard-ons. I think I'm checkmated here just about. I'm gonna do this and be almost checkmated. You just gotta let hard-ons be hard-ons. Um, it happens a lot. If you have a hard on a lot, you know what that means. It means you're like a healthy male. Evolution is probably going to favor you somehow. I think I lost this game. But, the important thing is that it's Christmas and we're giving advice. Oh, she dressed up. Well, it doesn't sound like you have a problem at all. Sounds like you're having a little bit of fun in life. And I mean, just keep your hat about you, keep your wits about you, and everything will be cool. Stay out of trouble. Don't break any laws. Don't be like some of these people who get in serious trouble with all kinds of weird stuff. But as long as you just like be smart and don't do anything really dumb, I am going to have to resign. She squats. Oh, what is she doing when she squats? Hope she doesn't have the squirts when she's doing that. Oh, I like her watching her in the gym. You're just a normal male. I mean, humans have been doing this ever since they were fish or before they got evolved onto land. They've been eyeing up the females, I think. So I don't see that you said you had a problem, but I don't know. It's like sounds like you're just like a normal person to me. Um, okay, I think we'll play one more. Hopefully, I'll be able to do this a lot better this time. Let's see. Oh, and the brainwaves. The brainwaves were so high. Now look at the alpha. I think the combination of the chess and giving advice like kind of makes me relaxed and getting some really high alpha. The alpha is never on top like that, but I'm talking about never. In your pant, just staring at her. You know, you are you do have quite a good production of nice. How do we say physiology? You're doing very good with your physiology to be producing all of those things and all of those emotions and keeping, you're supposed to be doing that. I mean, hey, yeah, I think this is a pretty good game. I'm not too sure how good it is, but I'm hoping it gets a little bit better. No, if I might get the pawn cube out here. That is so amazing if we can get it. If he takes this knight, I'm just going to take him and get a nice pawn center against his. I won't mind that at all. I hope he forces me back and I can get the pawn cube. I really love to get the pawn cube. Okay, I'm going to bring this. I'm going to do the rook trade maybe if he wants to trade me. He didn't go for the pawn cube, but maybe he will next time. This might be crazy, but I think I see something here. We'll see. This might be like really, really dumb. But I think I see that my king can come over. I think he's going to try to really get this bishop in. I don't think you should see a urologist because to me, your urology is like 110%. 110%. Like you're just, like if you were missing a lot of that stuff you're talking about, then you might want to see a urologist. But um, why would you want to see a urologist? No way. So it's great that, I'm glad that we're getting a lot of chat here, and I'm really glad to getting like a lot of first time chat. Hopefully, we'll get some followers out of this because followers are just so cool. Oh, wait a second. I didn't see that coming. I don't know. I think I lost the game. I didn't see that bishop move. Now he's going to put me in check. See, I couldn't take his bishop because that would have been checkmate. So, oh well. You win some and you lose some. But look how high my brainwaves are. I can't believe it. It's like just so incredibly high. Um, And now I'm in check and I lost my rook. Yeah, it was also winning. Yeah, he had me beat in a million ways. Well, anyway, um, wait a second. What happened to my HTTP? Okay, let me check out of this game. I got to resign. And I'm gonna fix my HTTP. My assistant producer Paul's not here. He's supposed to be here and helping with all of this stuff. Um, when the HTTP does that, what I got to do is I got to go over here, um, get the screen stream over HTTP online. I got to check, make sure. See, for some reason it turned off. Okay, let me see if it goes back on. Hold on just 1 second. Go back to the main screen. What do we have to do here? What's the problem? Should be working. Okay. Okay, I know what I have to do. Okay. I think we're all set now. There we go. Okay, now we'll switch back to my monitor. And we're all set. Brainwaves are up there. For those of you that wanted to see brainwaves, you're not disappointed. They're right there. Delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. They're all right there. And okay, I appreciate the support in that last game. You guys were following right along and giving a little bit of advice, which is why I play casual when I'm streaming because if you gave me advice, it wouldn't be fair. But just because it's casual, nobody's rating's going to get hurt, so I think it's just fine. So why don't we play another game, shall we? Hopefully we can play a King's Gambit. If we can, that'll be so much fun. Um, yeah, I just people are constantly because they think I'm wise because I got the brain waves. A lot of people do that. They come online and they ask me questions. Sometimes psychological things, but today it was, oh, okay, you sent a challenge. Okay, as soon as I finish this one, we'll do a challenge. That'll be good. Just hang on there while I finish this game. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of like play the clock here. Um, I'm going to come up here with this knight because I don't want to just start taking pawns and stuff and get too far. Yeah, I'll do another game. Cool. Hold on just a second. Well, oh, look at that. Forcing my knight to do some weird stuff. Okay, this doesn't look bad at all to me. I'm just going to move my knight out there. If he takes me, I take him. He puts me in check. This pawn comes up. And he can't do this weird thing in the center because you see his pawn is sitting there. So that's some of the things you got to scope out when you're playing the King's Gambit. It's very dangerous, this check here with the queen, if he can come back to this square and win the rook. But in this case, his pawn is there. So I got a castle, and this looks like a pretty strong move. Now, that's another move you can't do if this pawn is missing because he comes out here, checks, and then takes the bishop. But I got to get the bishop out, and I'll take the knight because if I castle, then he comes up here, check, you see, and then wins the bishop. Um, well, and that helps me a lot, actually. I'm going to take that, and if he takes me with the pawn, I fork his king and his rook. So that wasn't a bad situation. And we'll see what happens after this. And then we're going to play another game, a challenge game, as soon as we play this. And I don't know, I was kind of enjoying the thing about the person that needed advice. You can see I basically told him that he doesn't need it, no way he needs to see a urologist. I mean, all this amazing stuff that he can do with his, I mean, his organs, his physiology seem to be like in top-notch shape to me. Really top-notch shape. The only problem that a person would have in that case, if they felt guilty about it or started to get weird or freaked out about, society does that, and especially, if you're a little bit religious or if you come from a religious family, they'll tell you, well, oh, God doesn't like that. You shouldn't be doing that. And people suffer unnecessarily about that. But, what was he describing? He wasn't hurting anybody or just, enjoying life the way he was created to enjoy it. So let's see what we can do here now. I think I'll take this pawn, and then I don't know. All hell's gonna break out here very soon. Oh, I didn't see that. Gonna lose my queen because of all of this, right? But maybe I have a little bit of compensation. I mean, I got my bishop out of there. He's gonna checkmate me now unless I move the rook right to here. Now he can take my bishop. I think I only have one move, and then it's not checkmate, but it's gonna be, I have to lose the exchange. Um, I gotta do this, but then it's gonna be checkmate. Oh well, I'll just put myself out of my misery and watch my brainwaves. We're gonna get some data here. It's gonna be checkmate here with the queen, with the knight, right? I mean, he should do that. He's got checkmate in one, but he didn't. I don't know why he didn't, but there. Now he's got checkmate. The brainwaves are high. They always go high. They always go really, really high as soon as I lose a game because there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress, and then it's all over, and it's like a big release. And I think that's why chess is so addictive. You feel good when you win and feel good when you lose. So I'm going to go over here and see if I can find the challenge. No, there's no challenges. I had a challenge, but I guess my challenger, um, we were talking about so many things, and there's the challenge thing. No challenges. Oh well, if you do feel like challenging, go ahead and challenge. Um, so far we're having fun. We had great brainwave. Okay, so it should be there. Oh, let me see. Let me see. All right, I think I clicked it. Oh wait, I know I clicked your profile. Oh, let me go back. I gotta click the green. I always do that. I have to click the green arrow. Oh no, it's gone again. Oh, there it is. Okay, green arrow. 10-minute game. Okay, I always play 5-minute games, and I used to complain when it was a 10-minute game because it seemed so uh, long. But then I learned, um, it's fun either way. Like life is, like I was telling the person that came to ask if he should see a urologist, and I just think that, as I told him, we need to let hard-ons be hard-ons. And also, when you're playing chess, if somebody wants to play a 10-minute game, that's fine. This is going to be fun in any case. And in any case, we're getting great brainwave data. My theta and my delta are like riding right together. That's like a huge and important pattern. Um, let's see what happens after they ride together like that. This could be the delta theta masterpiece game. Okay, when they do that, I just know from experience that's a good move. I got to bring my rook into play. And also it protects my knight. If he does that, I got my knight somewhere he can come. Except if I go up there, I'll lose him. So I'm going to go back. Probably back over to, no, there's other things I can do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just sacrifice that knight and hopefully get like a really good winning situation here. I've seen this sacrifice in other games before, and it's actually pretty strong. Actually, my bishop is a little bit out of place for this sacrifice. It would be better if he was over here, but it might work anyway. And hopefully, it'll be an interesting game in any case. I just flatlined there a little bit. I had one of the dolly grips, and one of the best boys had to go home, and then the camera was operating in a strange way, and we had to have like one of the assistants from another studio come over here through the door and opened and closed the door and kind of like discombobulated my brainwaves just for a few seconds, but now they're back up. Okay, we're going to take that pawn, and hopefully get some attacking positions out of this. Um, Nothing so far that I can see. Or maybe yes, maybe no. What's that queen gonna do? Wow, I really don't know. I gotta worry about that knight coming down here though. I don't know. I'm just gonna do like a little waiting move. I didn't want this knight filtering in here, so I just thought I would do that for now and see what happens. Wow. Look at the brainwaves how scrambled they are right now. It's because my thought is scrambled. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a clear path, and that's why they're all just scrambling around. They are looking for a way out. I guess I'm a piece down. I sacrificed a piece, but I am castled and maybe going to get some attack going here, depending on what my opponent can do. This is going to be pretty fun. This pawn was causing me some problems, and I can eliminate him. I see. This is getting better. It's getting more clear, and the brainwaves, you can see also my brainwaves got very coherent at that moment. Okay, so that looks like a strong move. I got to get my queen out of there. She doesn't have a lot of places to go, and I don't want to waste a lot of time in the clock, so I'm going to come back over here. And now, I wish I had something like really, really good to do, but I'm just going to come back over here. If anything, nothing else, it keeps the knight at bay because the knight gets pinned on the king. And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough, 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 tough game, but I'm not feeling too downhearted. My brainwaves are high and they look coherent. If I can get the delta up on top, it'll mean I'm having a big insight and that'll help a lot. Let me study this out and see if I can get an insight. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I thought he would do that. I don't have a lot of responses to that. I'll just do that because it's about the only thing to do. Kind of thought he might do that. I got to get rid of that pawn. Otherwise, it would have been checkmate when he comes down here. Um, that'll make his queen kind of move, and then hopefully I'll be able to get my king out of there, extricated from all the danger he's feeling. He's feeling like a lot of danger right now. Whew, wow. I should have a breathing and a heart monitor more than a brainwave monitor because physiologically I'm feeling the stress right now with these really strong moves by my opponent. This is looking very dire in certain ways. Um, okay, I like the king. I like the queen back there. No, I don't know. I'm going to take a little bit of time to think about this. Whether I take with the king, I think it's a lot better to take with the king. If I take with the queen, the knight, it frees up the knight. I didn't want to free up that knight. The knight, one of my big threats right now. I think I only have one good move to that, which is out there. I think that's about the only thing to do. Okay, now I kind of see what he's doing here. I'm going to develop one more piece, and I can kind of see what he's doing. I might get a perpetual check out of this, or I might try something a little bit different. I think the perpetual check will be what I go for. And if he doesn't go for the perpetual check, I might come back for some more. I gotta protect that bishop, right? He's under attack. I guess I'll protect him with this. But then I'll trade off completely. I'm going to protect him with this. No. I'm going to protect him with this. Because I didn't want to trade off my queen at this point. No way. Wow, this is getting to be a tight game. And my brainwaves are tightening up too. You can see all three of them right up there at the top. Everything except the gamma was right up there, totally tight. Okay, so I'm going to get one more protection on this bishop. I think he's going to need it. I know he can put me in check, but my... Oh, crap. I lost my queen. Look at... Oh, did you see? Look at the brainwaves. How they crashed right there. You know, like, dong. Got some great brainwave data. But that's all. That's it. I was hoping to get like a suckers thing there. It's like was like one move from checkmate, as you can see, but one move. The one move never came because I'm not checkmated, but I'm going to lose my queen. So I'm going to resign. I'm going to click the resigning thing, and I really got to thank my new chatter because plus, you know, for being a Giants fan, which is so cool. I know so many Giants fans, and they're all good people, so I don't mind losing to a Giants fan. And it was a good game, and I thank you very much for the challenge. That was a lot of fun. Um, Hopefully, I don't know if you really like the brainwaves. I hope you do, but we're going to have more of those. We're always going to have more brainwaves. So be back for brainwaves. If you want to challenge again, go right ahead. Otherwise, I guess, should I get some more brainwaves? We'll get one more quick game. We'll get one more quick game out of here and get some brainwaves. I would love to get some followers tonight, but well, we got one. Sporadic. Ah, yes, that was cool. An hour ago. And then we had a lot of chat and some really cool chat. And I was able to help a person with some, it was just like interesting questions, some really interesting questions. Hopefully, we made the person feel more comfortable with himself. And let's go ahead and do this one more game. We'll create a game. We don't have any challenges, so wait a second. Why did it say leave? Oh, wait, I didn't resign? I thought I did. I'm sorry. I thought I clicked there. Oh, maybe I clicked and didn't double click. Sorry about that. I didn't want to keep you on hold there. Um, anyway, that was fun. Giants 4-2-1-0. Probably just as Giants fan, and then they told you it was taken, and then you clicked 4-2, and that was taken, and then you clicked 4-2-1, and that was taken, and then they gave it to you with the 0, right? Yeah, good game. Good game for you too, Giants. Super Bowl 42. That's it. No. Okay. Yeah, Manning's number. That's right. Yeah, number 10. I was thinking 42 was a reference to Hitchhiker's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They talk a lot about that number. Yeah, it's like it's the most important number in the universe for some reason. So maybe that's why, it's associated with that particular Super Bowl too. So why don't we but that was fun, Giants, and it was fun chatting with you. And I'm going to play another one. Um, if you wanted to do another one, we could. Otherwise, I'm just going to go over here and yeah, that was a sharp game. It was sharp. I got some good brainwave data on that because there was one move you made. There was one move. Okay, let me find the rematch. There was one move you made where they all just like went way down. And there was another move where suddenly I started to see my continuation and everything got coherent for a while. Oh, let me see. Did you send it? You sent a rematch. But where's the rematch? I don't see it. You sent it? I can't find it. If I see it, I'll click it. But there was some great brainwave data there. Like that was some of the best brainwave data. Um, we got brainwave data earlier tonight too, because somebody was chatting about, they thought I was wise and they asked for some emotional advice, you might say. And I think I was able to help them quite a bit. And during the time I was chatting, as I was getting insights and everything too, the brainwaves were reflecting everything that I was thinking and saying. So the chat sometimes gives us some interesting brainwave patterns too. Okay, so let me click the green arrow. Okay, and now we're black. Okay, I'm gonna do the Carol Can if he plays Pawn to King 4. Otherwise, we'll see. If he plays Pawn to Queen 4, I'll probably just move mine out. Oh, look at the brainwaves all jumbled up as they are, because it's always like that before I start a game because I have no plan. I don't know anything that's happening, so I just kind of play it by ear, kind of winging it, as they say. Okay, that gives me. Hmm, this is a little bit sketchy, to say the least. A little bit sketchy. Although I think I have an idea here what I can do. I'm going to have to bring this back. You can see that already. Okay, so this turned out to be a kind of a gambit, but it could be turn out to be a clever gambit. Let me see how this is going to work. You can see my brainwaves went way, way up when I got an insight, and I got like a glimmer of an idea, and I'm not sure if it's really going to work or not. But this is going to be a very iffy, but it might. It might just, I might be able to pull this out of the bag. We just might be able to do this. I mean, right now it's not looking really great, like with my pawn structure and everything, but at least I'm not any pawns down or anything. Now I'm gonna get some attacks going here now. And next, okay, that was what I saw. That was what my brainwaves like went really high up because I retake with this, and I don't know, I don't really mind that position too much. To me, it looks pretty well bolstered in every direction. Oh, he's going to go that direction. I was kind of expecting the other way, but okay. Now it's the crux. There's a real key move here now. All right. I thought I had a I don't know. That was a weird sound that my phone made. I thought I got a new follower, but I guess it's just a weird noise. I don't see a new follower here. Um, okay, let me just. Are we playing a 10-minute game again? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I have lots of time to think. This is a crux. This is the real crux of the game right here. Hmm. I think my only move is here. I think this is it. Got to come over here. And hopefully, if this works out, I can explain later in the post-mortem exactly what I'm doing here. But the brainwaves look good, and when they're good, there's always a good possibility of pulling the game out and actually succeeding even when things are looking dire. Okay, that was kind of like what I was expecting. And and now, if everything goes to plan, okay, now that's one move that I wasn't really expecting. I've got to do this immediately now. I don't have any other choice. I gotta bring that rook over. And now we'll see what happens because what? I can't allow that. No way. I'm gonna move up. And now what's he planning? Oh wow, I'm gonna come up in there. Okay, he comes up in there. This is getting bad. I think that's my only move. I don't think I see anything else that I can do. And we'll see. If I can still pull this out of the hat, it'll be almost a miracle at this point. Okay, I can't see anything else to do, so I'm just going to come back here. The king looks safe from the knight from the time being because a knight in that position has a hard time attacking the king. I kind of thought he would do that, and that was my move that I had kind of planned, you might say. It was like part of my strategy. Now, hmm, now it's looking a little bit more difficult. See, now he's going to come over here. He's going to come down here. I don't have a lot of choices right now. If he comes here, okay, let me just see if I can figure something out now. Got to do something smart. I wish I had more moves. I'm going to do this because I can't see anything else to do. We will see what my opponent does. Kind of think this might be checkmate soon. I had maybe a better move. Think I had a better move, but maybe not. In any case, I was limited. Let's put it that way. I was very limited. Yeah, I thought he was going to do that. I was very limited about, what I could do. It's like getting closer and closer to just being checkmate now. I gotta go here. I think it's made into. See, I can't move here because of the pawn. I can't move here because of the knight. Oh man, you did it again. My brain was went up really high as soon as I realized that I had lost because they always do that. They go up high when I realize the pressure's off. I'm going to resign. So the pressure's off. Then they got all jumbled up, and then they flatlined. And we'll see what happens next. You never know what the brainwaves are going to do. But oh, that was just like no, that was a good game. I mean, I really enjoyed that game because I think I had like some weaknesses in the opening, and then my opponent, Giants, just moved very consistently, very carefully, basically just doing everything according to how he should have done, and shows how to punish. He showed very clearly how to punish opening mistakes. So anyway, that's a lot of great brainwave. Oh, did I mention today is the ninth day of Christmas? Be careful developing the light square bishop. Oh, it leaves be 7 weeks. So you're telling me I maybe in that case, like I'm always constantly bringing that light square bishop out, but you're telling me in that opening it should stay in the queen side, right? It needs to stay there. Okay, so I'll remember that. Um, I normally play the Carol can, and we always bring the bishop out. And in the Carol can, you always bring it out because it's not needed over there. But I understand what you're saying. Keep the light square bishop, which is there. Oh, really? It involves a sharp pawn sack? Oh, wow. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it there because I have kept it in. I even keep it in sometimes in the Carol can, and it seems to be pretty much at home there. You have a much more secure game. I'll do the postmortem on that really quick, guys, just to kind of like fix in my mind what you're saying about the light square bishop. Oh, you did. Oh, well, at least you had a draw out of it. So let's see. Request. I guess it's there that I request. Okay. I'm just going to run the postmortem on this thing really fast because wow, that was not too bad. I actually, in the opening, look at that. I actually played the opening quite well because you can see it doesn't go really up high for white. But then I made the mistake there. And then after that, I didn't make any real blunders. You don't see any like huge. But then, like, that's exactly what I was saying. White got an advantage just at the end of the opening, and then just gradually punished me for having made that mistake to give that advantage, and it was just like all she wrote. But there wasn't a lot of mistakes in there at all. So let's go ahead and look and page through that game. Okay, so this is just um, you know my Giants is telling us what this is. Um, this is the NC3 Slav. It's called. So this will be good for my all of my followers. And a lot of people will watch the video tomorrow. Right now, I've got 56 viewers. The weird thing is nobody chats on this channel. I get like one chatter, and everybody's just zoned out watching the brainwaves. They love those, and nobody chats. But okay, um, but they'll watch it tomorrow. A lot of people come around tomorrow and watch it on the Twitch. So let's see. That's yeah, there it is right there. The Knight C3 slab, it's called. This slab because I did that pawn thing. And okay, now Giants is telling me to be careful about the bishop. Now I brought him out and made this weak. That was my problem because he really punished me about that. We traded there, and then suddenly I got this weak. And look at that. It's just like Giants is telling me. It was a mistake to bring that bishop out. In fact, this stockfish is telling me, just bring the bishop out, man. It's telling you made a mistake. Bring him back. Bring him back. It's like yelling at me. Bring that bishop back. It was a mistake. Just bring him back and shore up your position, and everything will be okay. And I was thinking, well, if it's going to be weak, I'll move it up here. But the problem is when you move up here, this becomes weak. And then I was subjecting myself to a lot of attacks over there on this white diagonal. Yeah, yeah. BCB is also fine. Yeah. Ah, yeah. No, bishop to c8. Yeah, exactly. Um, so that would have been my move, but I did that. And see, right there, that's my problem right there. Boom. That was the big mistake. I just didn't have. I always play the Carol can, and I don't know. I just don't know enough about these other openings, and that looked. I knew I was going to have problem on this white diagonal though, and that's what happened because I really punished myself. And then he immediately takes control over the white diagonal, and then I brought the bishop back like too late, and now things are coming in on me. I just thought, well, I'm kind of like holding my own. He's not getting higher. I thought maybe I could bring my king up here and, keep him in the middle and maybe just be a pawn down or so. But in the end, he just played so careful. I wasn't able to get any more advantages out of this. I'll just click through this. And they're right there, so I'm open to like a lot of attacks now. And see on the analysis, he just, like I said, white, just punished me gradually, 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 slowly but surely. Now, if I went back to the beginning and if I just click through this to that bad move, I should never have brought the bishop out. Um, I think I would have been a lot better off just keeping the bishop in there, moving this pawn up, move the bishop out, and then castle, and then I think that next time that's what I will do. Um, it was kind of it was too edgy of a position to bring that bishop out, subjected me to a lot. Yeah, very reputable. Okay, so I'm going to remember always play the semi-Slav. In fact, I usually do. I don't know why I did that more edgier thing, but this just looks a lot more solid. And get my king out of danger because he's constantly getting attacked on this. You can see how vulnerable he was. And okay, so I learned something, and I really appreciate your patience, Giants, because it was you that brought my attention precisely to the mistake that I had made and everything, and then using the stockfish, we were able to figure out what we should do next time. So just to fix that in my memory, and for people watching the video tomorrow, just click through to that point. So this is the Slav. That's the knight c3 Slav. Slav. That's not a slob. All right. Uh, some languages do mix up V's and B's. They do that in Spanish. They have to say, if your name has a V or a B in it, they ask you how to spell it, and they say, is that a short B or a long B? And they're talking about V or B, and because they don't pronounce them different. So, and that was my mistake. So, and then okay, they would just oh, look right there. Just like Giants was telling me, it's reputable. And that little arrow there is saying that's the move. After that, I think I could play. I think I could play this game from here on out. I really think I could play this. Um, wouldn't be a bad uh, it wouldn't be a bad position at all. In fact, if you click this button here, it'll actually tell you the numbers. And it's look, white has a 0.2 advantage, which is basically nothing. White gets Stockfish will give a point 0.2 advantage to just about what's actually an even game. So that was fun. Um, okay, well, I don't see any challenges up there, so and I did want to win one game before I went to bed, so I think because I get brainwave data, I always like to because in posterity, I think I'm the only person on the internet that's got the brainwave data as I'm playing chess. And I realize I'm not keeping track of all this stuff, but anyone with software would just be able to reproduce from the screen all of the basic data, just by a software that looks at these waves on the screen, can reconstruct what's happening in my brain. And that's why to get complete data, I always try to win one game a night, and I haven't won one yet. So I'm going to just go over here. I don't see any challenges, so I'm going to do a play a game. I love playing for scores, but I just playing casual because a lot of my chatters, give me advice and everything. And okay, I'm gonna play a King's Gambit if that's possible, if he cooperates. And he's kind of cooperating. I know a lot of people don't call this a King's Gambit, but I consider it a King's Gambit. Um, or maybe I should try something slightly different. No, I'm going to do the King's Gambit. I know it doesn't look like a King's Gambit exactly yet, but there, you see, whenever I move that pawn up there, I know that technically it's not really a King's Gambit, but I like to I like to play King's Gambit, so I usually try to transpose. Oh, I was hoping he wouldn't do that. That kind of that kind of stymies me in a bad way. Um, man, oh man, oh man. Don't know what I can do now. I think my only move is to do here. I'm going to castle queenside. Because this pawn is really weak. I tried to do the king's gambit, but I'm going to gambit this pawn. I know I'm going to lose that pawn. And if I get bad pawn position over here on this side, so be it. There, he brought that thing up. And I'm going to bring my thing back, my queen back. Okay, so I knew that pawn position was going to go, but that's why I'm thinking about going queen side. Um, okay, now I should castle because it's could be like my only last chance. If he takes the bishop now, I just take him with my. Okay, I can take with this, right? Oh no, that'll really screw up everything. Now I was worried about the pawn position on the king side. Now I got bad pawn position on the queen side. Um, I'm going to just bring my king over here because maybe I'll just take that knight because he can't come back to there. And if the queen comes over, I just take the knight. Maybe I can win the knight. And this will be like the poison pawn. The poison pawn. Like he thought he was going to win these pawns and break up the position, and then I win his knight. And I will have invented a poison pawn position. What if I do this? I'm going to do that and then take his knight. By moving the pawn up, and the pawn is protected by this bishop. Oh, you see. But I can attack his queen again. He was going to get this rook over here, but I'm going to attack his queen again and then take his knight. And then everything's looking much better than before because I take his knight, and now I just got to play this smart. I'm going to basically just about lose this game if I'm not careful. I'm going to do this because I'm afraid of this bishop, the power of that bishop coming out. It really didn't look very healthy for me. And there he came out with that. Now where should I go? Over here? I think I should go over here so I don't hem in my rooks. Okay, now I'm going to come here. So as I don't hem in my rooks, I can't take his bishop because this pawn is... Okay, now I'm still a bishop ahead. How am I doing on time? I'm a minute down. Maybe I should take this pawn. I can double my rooks over there. Okay, that helps me a lot because I win this rook over here. It really saved the day. Now I gotta just make sure I don't lose. I mean, it's easy to get ahead like this and then lose really big time. But hopefully I won't do that. I'm actually on ahead by a lot. I got a bishop and a rook ahead. And I got this rook over here. Yeah, he's got a few more pawns than me, but see, I offered the trade here because if he doesn't take the trade, I'll come down here and double the rooks and win some pawns and really put him in trouble. And if he takes me, he's going to have a heck of a time winning the end game with um, a rook and a bishop and 2 pawns against a king and 5 pawns. It's going to be like, and plus this pawn is going to fall because if he takes me and I take him, this pawn is pinned, and wherever he moves his king, I'm just going to take it. So then it's going to be a rook, 2 pawns, and a bishop against a rook and a king and 4 pawns, and it's going to be an impossible end game. Oh, did I mention today is the 9th day of Christmas? And now that I'm winning, look at my brainwaves, how high they are and how synchronized they got. Well, they're flatlining right now, but they're flatlining because I'm having a little problem with this gel. Um, oh, we could do a semi-slave Slav game. I'm gonna do that. I hope Giants follows me because I want to do that tomorrow night, and I hope Giants comes back and we do a semi-Slav thing tonight. But I'm gonna. This is gonna be my last game because I'm almost sure gonna win this. Did I win it? Oh, he did. I won. That was excellent. I got by the resign. I got by from the resign. So, whew, okay, take a breather. Brain waves are high, synchronized. Um, I'm just going to do the quick recap on this to see because I kind of pulled that game out of the hat, you might say. I want to see how badly I was behind or if my opponent just made one small mistake or if that was not actually too bad. Oh yeah, you see he was like really far ahead and then right there, I'll click right there. He lost his knight. Right there, that queen move was bad. He could have saved the knight. He took a long time in that move. He was trying to figure out a way to save the knight. That doesn't save it because I come up here. He takes here. I check here his queen, connect my rooks. What should he have done? Let's just go back. My brain is going to go way down when I see what he should have done because they were happy that I was winning and now they're going to show the way black could have won. So he should have played over here check. I kind of imagined he would do that, and then I was going to do this. And if I had done that, don't have any challenges, but if I clicked on this little toggle switch here, no, he's still really far ahead. So, oh, you see all my brainwaves got just a little bit jumbled up there and everything. You know, they're going up and down because they're not synchronized anymore because I realized that was not the greatest game, but I did pull it out of the hat. You know, just like I lose some games by making mistakes, sometimes my opponents also make mistakes, and then I capitalized on it. And after that one mistake that he made, I was able to stay ahead the entire game until I resigned. So that was not so bad. Now they're synchronized again and high after I saw that. So that was fun. It was the ninth day of Christmas. We had a lot of good chat. I learned some stuff about the Slav and the semi-Slav from a really nice player called Giants. And hopefully we'll be back tomorrow night with some more really good inter inter interconnections, lots of fun, lots of brain waves, right? And right now the brain waves are on. They're showing you the last moments of how we are when we say now you can look inside my brain on the brain waves as I say. Now they're flatlining. Wait until they get good and I'll say what I'm going to say. There's a little bit of problem right now because the gel dried out. I've been on the line already 2 hours and the gel dries out after 2 hours and I flatline. Okay, so are they on? Come on, come on. Are they on? There they are. So here we go. Merry Christmas to all. And to all, no, flatlining again. To all a good night. Because it is the ninth day of Christmas. It's still Christmas, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I'll have a better gel, or maybe I'll take a break halfway through or something so it doesn't happen. So you'll get the brainwaves the whole time because I know you love those. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Have fun. Take care. It was fun. See you.